A discretionary permit, like a coastal development permit, is a type of permit that you aren't guaranteed to receive. So this is in contrast to what's called a ministerial permit, which is essentially a permit that you have a right to achieve. But its discretionary permit is basically a negotiation with the city, the community, and your surrounding neighbors. Things that are required of a discretionary permit that aren't part of a ministerial permit would be making presentations to the community where neighbors can come and sit in on the presentation and review the project. Oftentimes, they're looking for things like, is the project within the general scale of the neighboring buildings? Is the project blocking any views? Because you have to consider most discretionary permits are going to be around the coast where people have views of the ocean or maybe the bay. So you have to really make a convincing presentation so that the project gets approved. Oftentimes, this requires modifying the project before it's approved, and that extends the permitting process. And it can take a significant amount of time to make those revisions, coordinate all the drawings, and then make another presentation the next month or 2 months later. So the discretionary permit process adds a significant amount of cost and time and uncertainty to a project. Once the discretionary permit is approved, then the project moves into an appeals period. And typically, you have a local appeals period where anybody in the city can come and appeal the decision. And then after that, you move on to a 30-day state appeal period. The state would generally only appeal your project if it was more of a high profile, larger scale project. Once you complete this process, then you move back into the ministerial process and you still achieve the ministerial permit. So, as you can probably determine, discretionary permits are only for people who have deep pockets or have a high tolerance for risk.